The next topic that we're going to talk about is the ability to link from one page to another. In order to do this, we need a hyperlink. So we're going to create a paragraph over here, and let's create our first hyperlink. So we are going to use the A tag, and inside of here we put the content that becomes clickable on the page. In this case, I want to link to the About page. In order to link to the About page, as you can see, as I'm clicking on the word About, it's not doing anything. That's because I need to specify where that About page is. So inside of the opening A tag, I'm going to use the href attribute, short for hypertext reference. I'm going to specify that when the user clicks on this link, they should be brought to the About page. Let's refresh the page. And now when I click on the About link, it navigates me to the About page. So here are a few other things that we can do with the anchor tag. We can hyperlink to generate an email. So over here, we have an href, and it starts off with the prefix of mail to : and then we've populated an email address, info@artbyeloy.com. So the word that becomes clickable here is email. And when we click on this link, what it will do is it will open up a mail client, a mail application, and it will create a new email that's ready to be written, and it will have that email address, info@artbyeloy.com, pre-populated in the to field. So the user doesn't need to enter that in. So let's go see how that works. Because we're navigating away from the browser, I'm going to actually open this up in Chrome. So here we are in Chrome, and I'm going to go and find my project. I'm going to find index.html and open it up. Here's the email link, and when I click on it, it's asking me which app do I want to use. I'll go to Outlook Classic. I'll say just once. And here it is. It's opened up Outlook, and I can compose an email here. And in the to field is that email address that was specified earlier. Let's take a look at the call link. So the call link starts with the prefix of tel : plus, and then you need to put in the complete phone number, starting from the country code down to the area code. In this case, the country code is 1 and the area code is 212. And then you follow that up with the rest of the phone number. So let's go take a look at the behavior there. When I click on the call link, it's asking to link to my phone. If I were to allow that, it will open up my phone's app, and it would have the phone number 1-212-123-4567, and that number would be pre-populated. All I would need to do is click on the phone icon, and I would be calling that number. The next link over here is known as an absolute link. What this is allowing us to do is to link to another website. So in this case, I'm using W3 Schools as an example. And if I click on the link over here, it creates a new tab, and it takes us to W3 Schools. So let's talk about the difference between what we did with about.html and this link over here that's going to W3 Schools. The link that's going from our index page to about.html is a relative link. The way it works is from the index file, if we don't specify a protocol or a domain, it's going to take a look into our file tree, and it's just going to find whatever file path that we specified in here. Because I don't have any forward slashes, it's automatically going to look in the same directory that index.html is and look for about. And since those two files exist in the exact same level inside of our file tree, it's going to navigate from index to about. And we saw that earlier. In this case, we are navigating to a completely different website. In this case, we would need to specify the protocol, the domain, and if there is a specific subpage, we will add that in as well. So in this href, you can see that it starts off with HTTPS and follows along through the domain, allowing us to go outside of our website to another website. A best practice over here for using absolute links is to include this: target equals _blank. The reason is when you create a website, there's usually a purpose behind it. Whether it's that you want users to sign up for something, you want them to book something, you want them to purchase something. So it takes a lot of effort not only to develop the site, but to maintain it and also to drive traffic to it. If you're spending all this effort to drive traffic to your website, the last thing you want to do is to provide a link that navigates a user away. So the happy middle ground here is to just navigate them to that other website, that external website, while providing a pathway back to yours. By creating a new tab, you allow users to click on the link, do whatever they need to do on this external website, and then when they're done and they close it out, they are still back on your website. You haven't driven them away. All you've done is provide a link to something else like social media, or in this case, W3 Schools. And then when they're done, they haven't left your site, they're still here. So when using absolute links, best practice is to include this extra attribute over here so that users can easily find their way back to your site. The last link that we have over here allows you to jump from one section of a web page to another. Right now, inside the href, I have hashtag target. And if I go to my website and I click on it, it's not really doing anything. The reason is I don't have anywhere inside this page that is called target yet. So let's go and fix that. Under the iframe section, where I have the h2, I'm going to add in an attribute called ID. And we will be working with IDs a lot. Inside of here, I'm going to add in the word target. The word target is arbitrary, by the way. And now that I have that, it is now connected to that scroll link. And now when I refresh my page over here and I click scroll to target, it will jump me down to that section where that H2 is, and it will put that H2 as high up on the page as possible. Just to show that the word target is arbitrary, I could rename this ID as something like Bob. And when I refresh this page and I click on scroll to target, again, it's not working. And that's because this ID is Bob. It's no longer target. So in order to fix this, I need to go back over to my link. I need to change this value from hashtag target to hashtag Bob. And now that that ID matches this hash, the link will work. So now that we've discussed hyperlinks, let's go format this. So we'll start off with an HR, we'll follow up with an H2, and we'll call this links. And we'll take this whole section, cut it, and bring it down to the bottom of our page.